Hey everybody, this is the Ultra Dolphin, dedicated to taking a closer look back at the best Nintendo 64 and GameCube games. Today I want to share a custom-made N64 console with you guys, give very special thanks to the creator, and also take the opportunity to talk about my personal most nostalgia-packed game for the Nintendo 64, Star Fox 64. Through another channel I was able to contact a man who is a professional at auto body work and also console modding, who goes by the nickname of Zoki. Digging through his channel, I was just blown away by his attention to detail and commitment to his projects, so I contacted him, sent him some ideas to what I would like done, and he delivered beyond my expectations. He uses automotive quality paint in multiple coats. The camera I'm using to pick this up doesn't even do it justice. The reflection of this console is mirror-like. I've already used the controller here quite a bit, and the sheen is still as brilliant as day one. Anytime I want to play Star Fox 64, I can just whip this case out, and I gotta tell you, I feel the same experience as a kid. It's just great. Personally, I've tried painting the N64 console 4 times, the controller about 6 times, and getting even layers across the hardware is difficult to say the least. With a lot of research into quality paints, prep sanding, steady hands with a spray gun, and patience, I still can't get a shine like this. Through all the trial and error and still sucking, this final product amazes me. Okay, moving in for a closer look. The console's got a nice two-tone finish with the colors of the R-Wing and the American release logo on both sides. The decals here are flush with the surface of the paint, and I was impressed with them the most. Little details that stand out are the black Nintendo logo and the red expansion port text. Pretty cool stuff, they pop out to the eyes. The design of the N64 itself is pretty sleek, at least compared to its predecessors, and the console and controller have a bit of a spaceship look to themselves anyway, to complement the entire paint job. Everything's functional and all the moving pieces click like new. The inside's cleaned up and I've swapped the joystick out. N64 joysticks are pretty finicky, especially the third-party ones, so it's always best to use the tightest first-party ones you can find for the money and just avoid playing Mario Party. So now a final look at the top and then a glance at the back. Alright, so I may be a nerd because I can't stop touching this, but I mean seriously, there's not a flaw in the paint anywhere. I can mount this thing on my bathroom wall and get a clear view brushing my teeth. On the bottom, the stickers are intact and free of paint, and in the corner we can see Zoki sign his name with the year, a very classy touch. If there's ever a fire, I'm taking this case, my wallet, a fresh pair of boxers, and jumping right out the window. That's my priority list when it gets ugly. Anyway, enough fooling around. I can't thank Zoki enough for his efforts. I appreciate it, man. You're the best. I also strongly suggest checking out his channel. I'll put it in the description below. So on to the game. US N64 game boxes are some of the coolest due to their color coordination on the sides and polygonal art stretched over them too, and Star Fox 64 is no exception. It screams 90s, blasting your eyes with colors even if it always doesn't make sense. But one thing I don't like about cardboard game boxes in general is that every time you try and open them, the box gets damaged a little more. They're brittle and packed so tight it's just a pain. Oh well, finally I get it open. Inside with the cart we've got a bonus. Zoki also took on the offer to paint an N64 Rumble Pack to match in the style of one of the Smart Bombs in-game. The Rumble Pack is a significant accessory as it provided the first vibrational feedback to coincide with your actions in play, and it was first launched as an add-in with Star Fox 64. So I have to give props to this device as well. While we're all used to this feature nowadays, I remember as a kid this thing would provide motivation to collect as many bombs as possible, so I could feel the immense power of all the explosions I set off. Damn, I was crazy. But most kids who grew up with video games have some sort of crazy imaginative memory like that, I guess, as I've heard worse. Alright, that's enough about my memories. Let's pop this puppy in and get ready to listen to Slippy. This will be kind of a review / highlight reel of the game / personal remembrance. I am going to skip the background on this game though. Most likely if you're watching this you're familiar with the franchise and know the basic structure. Alright, so first off I like the reward system in this game. If you pretty much destroyed all life on a planet, they'd give you a little badge. That was pretty cool. Got you hyped up to just blow up as many things as possible. One of my favorite parts of the game are these warp zones. I believe there's only 2 of them in Medio and Sector X, but it just got you really excited as a kid if you hit one. It's pretty difficult. Plus the rumble pack would almost shake your arms off. That was pretty cool as well. The dialogue in this is the pinnacle of 90s voice acting in video games. Ultra cheesy yet in moderation and epic. Also synced with drama-filled cinematics, it was the perfect combo of camp style. Let's get a taste.
All aircraft report.
Hey, we made it!
Andross's enemy is my enemy.
That is my favorite gem. By the way, I guess Andrew is supposed to be Andross's nephew, but with all the other names in the game, like Falco, Slippy, Pigma, why does he have a name like Andrew? It's just a plain name. I don't get it. But you can't think about it that much. Star Fox. Animals. Piloting intergalactic space vehicles. Excellent. You were just watching me play the game for the first time in 10 years. Get my butt kicked by one of those bee things. Hate those. One of the bosses in this game is a badass version of Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey, and you just get to wreck them. Always interesting. There's a few tributes to other movies in this, like Star Wars and Independence Day, among some others.
Is clear.
The boss battles are the strongest point of this game. You never know what they're going to do next, unless you pick before.
He's crazy.
Let me handle this.
First time playing this, I seriously thought Slippy was going to be killed off at this point. Unfortunately, to my chagrin, he was not. I guess that's a spoiler, but I'll keep him to a minimum from this point on. Just figured I'd save you the disappointment. And there goes that guy. On this mission, you have to rescue Slippy. What a futile task. I guess I can't rag on Slippy from this point on, as the crew already do it enough. Nobody likes him. Yet it's a justified hatred.
We're always saving your hide, Slip.
By the way, is Slippy a dude or a chick? Can't remember.
You're not getting away that easy.
Frogs are amphibious, so they can change their gender. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Does that make Slippy a transsexual?
The hatches are open.
I need to know, it keeps me up at night.
Time for a little payback.
Okay, for real, I need to stop ragging on Slippy. Well, I guess Slippy isn't the absolute most irritating character. In my opinion, that grand prize goes to Cat. I was gonna show her in the video, but I would have had to go through Aquos, and I ain't going through Aquos. Anyway, speaking of Cat, she's just all over the screen, up in your face, and that jingle of hers, heinous. It brings up another valid question: why is Falco so angry all the time? I have a personal theory. Is Cat his baby mama? I mean, is that reaching? Oh geez, I have to stop this before things get any more off the rails. Quick, take it away, Pepper.
That area's an oven. Don't go burning that R-wing. Be reasonable, Fox.
I'll be careful.
Good luck.
And into the fire. Well, I'm gonna take a minute from sucking the childlike innocence out of this game and shift my attention to what actually makes Star Fox 64 an excellent title and a classic that every gamer should play at least
Looks
once.
like you could use some help, Fox.
Now, the design of this game differs in comparison to others in the series. It's set up more closely to being an arcade title. In that sense, if you were to dump the ROM of this game into an arcade cabinet, the game would perform very well in my opinion. The campaign only takes about an hour, hour and a half depending on your skill, and the gameplay is based on a high score system, which in trade gives you medals and bonuses. The learning curve is high. In order to earn a medal, one practically has to memorize the layout of each level in order to achieve the par necessary to rank. It's addictive, and based on how well you play, you can alter the course of Team Star Fox through the Lilat system. One reason I believe the high score system works so well in this game is that there's a simple score of points for each enemy you destroy. 1 kill equals 1 point. With bonuses and stronger enemies, any extra points rewarded pop out while earned. This makes it a little easier in keeping track of your score, and helps you learn quickly which enemies generate the greatest points in relation to time. The other reason you would actually care about high score in this game are unlockables to reveal with earning medals, and as I said earlier, to earn a medal, generally you have to destroy almost every opposing enemy. There's no saves in the campaign, so you may only get one shot to earn a medal, otherwise you'll have to replay the path you chose all over again. making sections tense yet memorable. There's a good balance of challenge here. You're not overly frustrated, yet it's no cakewalk either. If you're going for straight medals across the board, guaranteed you'll press the A button 10,000 times within 1 hour. Yeah. And if you've got the fastest thumbs on the planet with eyes sharper than eagles, there's an expert mode that will test your patience with more enemies and higher damage.
Here they come!
Fox wears sunglasses in this mode also. Man, he's so super cool, only if he was in Top Gun. The plot is your standard Nintendo fare. Top bad guy who controls other subservient baddies, an arch nemesis, although no dumb princess in this series, just strict mercenary work and pure revenge. How awesome is that? From what's been heard in game, you can guess the characters are the best part. Such vivid portrayals and odd dialogue. It keeps your interest all the way through, and is a fun ride to look back on. In this sense, the replay value is high, as well as the laughs. The controls are ultra tight. Once you get really good, you can almost plan out the next few seconds ahead of you, without even thinking about the buttons you're going to press next. Speedy trigger times like that allow you to wipe out the enemies by the dozen, and really give the feeling that you're behind the dash of a futuristic mercenary jet fighter, regardless of being in a world of puppet animals. Multiplayer consists of a few variations on head-to-head dogfights. Unfortunately, it's what you expect for 97. Due to graphical limitations, it's hard to read the radar, and the 2 levels offered are pretty bland. However, while multi hasn't aged gracefully, the single-player campaign is like wine with a hint of cheese. Star Fox 64 will continue to be known as one of the signature space shooters across any Nintendo platform. Looking back at the franchise, overall this is my favorite one of the bunch. The original for the Super Nintendo gets a close second, and the 3rd place goes to the remake on the 3DS. It's a shame there haven't been any solid Star Fox shooters since the 90s. I pray with the popularity of the remake, fans will get another Rails-only Star Fox soon, or release the fully finished cancelled 2nd game, or remake that one into 3D, or do both and release them on a set together. Just give the fans what they want. We're tired and hungry. Please, Nintendo. That about wraps up my review. If at this point you're in the mood to check out some more N64 nostalgia related stuff, please go over to n64forever.com, posted in the link below. This website has a ton of information on the console, and a great fan base of dedicated members looking to exchange favorite stories, gaming news, and collections. Before I close, I want to give a shout out to a fellow N64 channel that deserves more views, Lithium017. He posts great material on collecting for the system, like tips to get started and overviews of the hardware, and he's all around a passionate fan of the system, so check him out if you want. His link will be in the description too. Last up, hope you enjoyed the video, and once again I want to sincerely thank Zoki for creating this custom Star Fox console. It makes me smile every time I pick up the controller. You are the bomb, sir. This has been a presentation by the Ultra Dolphin. Later on.